Taurus, welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and see what it is you're currently clinging on to. I hope all is well. Let's go ahead and see. What is it that my Taurus, my earth sign, is clinging on to at this time? What is Taurus clinging on to at this time? My Taurus is in the collective. What are my Tauruses clinging on to? Oh, this is something you don't see. So you have 1111, emotion, and deep. 1111 is symbolic for the twin flame. So you're clinging on to a twin flame. You are all up in your cup. And, you know, let me confirm to see, do you want to feel like this? Does my, I'm going to look in shadow energy and then I'm going to clarify with advice. Does my Taurus want to feel like this? Let's ask that in shadow energy, because shadow energy would tell you more at the core. And it's something you're refusing to see. The Ten of Pentacles. Whoever this twin flame is, they have detached from you. And this is how you see them. And you're wanting to be a part of this Eight of Pentacles here. You're wanting to complete. You're wanting to be the completion with your twin flame. It feels... You may have a child with this twin flame. Here, you ride by this person's house too. Or the problem is that you're clinging on to trying to impregnate this twin flame. That's not for every Taurus. But you think that a child is what's going to bring you guys together. Where is that? Eight of Pentacles. Where is that? Where's the Eight of Pentacles at? Hold on. It's not hard to find. The only way you think you can get this person's attention is with a child. Something about a child. Taurus, you're clinging on to a child. You're watching a child from afar and hoping to restore the connection. This Chariot is here. There's too much havoc going on in your life, Taurus. Where there could be competition between siblings, but it's competition that you created. Something you're refusing to see. And the child, who is the good one, now you are wanting to be a part of their life, while the other ones who you trained to not like this child, they have turned against you. That's not for everyone. Others of you, it has to do something with you clinging on to your childhood. And whatever you went through in your childhood, you're holding so tightly to it where it's affecting your relationships. You're creating karmic relationships. All right. Also, I'm seeing a Taurus where you're just looking to see, you're finding people who need your help. And once they don't need your help anymore, you just find it's like the challenge is over. It's like you feel useless. So you have to find someone who's broken, who needs you, because you feel like you can fix them. And it feels like you finally, and normally in the past you weren't attached to people who you needed to fix. And it feels like whoever this person is, this twin flame is, you're so far attached to this person to where, you know, you consider them family. I'm hearing that song, Through It All. I don't know the words, but I know it goes, through it all. I don't know if it's an old gospel hymn or if it's an old soul, like temptation type song. Through it all. I see a Taurus here clinging on to mourning a twin flame. If you're married, it's like waking up and saying, I take accountability, but how do I fix this? It seems like whatever was planned has turned against who is the orchestrator. What is the advice? I'll just say this. Whatever you're clinging on to is complicated. Let's just say that. What is the advice? You're not wanting to take advice either. The King of Wands. The King of Wands don't have no feelings. You would think the Emperor is more stubborn than the King of Wands. The Emperor don't have no feelings. Emperor is all action, no talk, no play. So the challenge is overcoming the monster you created, Taurus. You no longer want to cling on to this monster that you've created. It just feels like the plan turned on you. Not in a good way. That's the advice. Overcoming this churn. That the fact that everything turned on you and taking accountability. Whom the plan was to turn on didn't turn on them. It turned on you. And Taurus, this is a message that I know you're not going to want to hear. But the people who are turning on you, you're not bound to them. You just have to start all over again. You have all the tools that you need to start over again. But you're lost with the world here in shadow energy. That's that message. I'll clarify this 1111. 1111 is an important number for twin flames, symbolizing harmony and balance in soulmates. Moving forward, the next message I'm seeing here, Taurus, is that you are getting it off your chest. You're speaking your piece. You're getting it off your chest. You're speaking your piece. So you're no longer clinging on to the past, especially this twin flame. It feels like you're seeking oneness, wholeness. You're needing some type of advice from someone who understands you. You have steady coming in reverse, clarifying the twin flame. It feels like going to exes or new twin flames that you could be entertaining. They cannot provide you the wisdom that you are needing. The situation is your emotions. You are seeking some type of nurturing. Clarify this deep for Taurus. Happy and synchronicity and tree. Family turned on you, Taurus? If you're saying family has not, some family are. It could be your children. It could be siblings, rivalry. It's something about a plan churning. You know, and every time I say churn, what I'm seeing here is, you know how, if you get bit by a zombie, you have a specific amount of time before you can still communicate with that person. You know what I mean? Normally the people, you're going to have to take their life once they fully turn. But normally they always capture the ones that are meaningful. They last for so long. And it feels like someone turns. The last person you would ever think turns. But I'm not getting someone's going to unalive anybody. I'm just saying that's how I'm seeing it. Like someone churns, like either you're going to be, someone's not going to say you, I'm saying like someone could be under the influence. Someone could be under demonic possession. If someone is under demonic depression, they see their light. And you know how some people who have committed sins, right? Let's not be ticklers about, oh, sins are not real. I don't want to go there. You know how certain people say, certain sins can't be forgiven. It just feels like someone's wanting to take accountability of their actions, but it feels like it's too late for things to churn back the way things are supposed to be, but something churns against someone. So I'm trying to take you out of the scenario, because what you're clinging on to is your emotions. It's so deep when it's connected to family. What used to make you what made you happy didn't make you happy no more. You know that saying, what makes you happy make you cry sometime? It's that going on. You're needing nurturing, and it feels like you're asking God, our source, for the answer, and it's cloud judgment, and then you go to your past asking for sound judgment, and they're just not understanding where you're coming from, because they whoever you're talking to, they like the whoever you were in the past. So this new version of you, they don't understand what it is what you're talking about. They don't understand your language. Okay? So whatever system you were using, it's not working anymore. What's at the bottom of the deck, soul? You're seeking forgiveness too. If you can only have a moment with someone, you're asking for a moment with someone to get it right. You're needing, and also I'm channeling a Taurus where you're needing answers. And if someone was alive, you would know what they would, it's like you would know what they would say, but you just want to hear it from their mouth to confirm that that's what they would say. Give me I'm not going to pull a love oracle. Okay. Again, I'll just pull an angel guide message. The advice was the King of Wands here. The King of Wands is a natural born leader of people and very capable of confident in their abilities. The king isn't interested in creativity per se, but rather taking an idea and enlisting others to help in the actualization of it. You have a clear vision of what you want. See, that's confirmation. However it turned, it's like everything turned against you, and you're trying to understand why is it turning against you. Have you ever seen if you watched the movie Matrix, it's the first one where Neo sees the Oracle, and the Oracle asks Neo, not Neo, whatever his name is, the one that wears the glasses, I think all of them wear glasses. Well, anyways, the main character, the lead role, he sees the Oracle, and the Oracle has some candy. Asks him, do you want some candy? And he goes, why'd you ask me, do I want some candy, if you already know the answer, if I was going to take the candy or not? It's giving me that scenario where you're seeking an answer. It's kind of like, it feels like you were instructed to do something. You know how the agenda, thank you Most High, you were on an agenda, a required agenda. You were given instructions, orders in the past, and those orders and those instructions, that whole agenda turned on you. So now you are wanting to seek counsel from the person who gave you the agenda, the order. You can't explain this to anyone else. because no one's not going to understand what you're talking about, because then the truth comes out. Yep. The answer is in family. It was a lesson. So basically, whoever gave you orders of an agenda, Taurus, in the past, and that agenda turned on you, that was the test. You wasn't supposed to take those orders. You were supposed to decline them and create a healthy family, not a toxic family, because your shadow energy, it showed children fighting against each other, siblings fighting against each other. You know, while one person is looking peaceful and things are growing and multiplying, the what do they say? Judge a person by the labor of their fruit, but you can't judge this person because this person is nurturing the fruit, taking care of the fruit to be of service to the people. So it just it feels like you're in a rut, Taurus. But overall, I see that you're clinging on to what have you done. Why you feel betrayed. How could someone who loved me teach me this way? And so it just feels like all you have to do is reset and unlearn what it is that you learned here. And with this soul, it's not about you. It's not about you processing redemption. It's about you reestablishing a relationship with Source and the people you love. And you're going to need the strength to be able to do that, because there's going to be a lot of times where you're just there's anger, there's darkness, there's shadow. And you're just going to feel like the people who you may have betrayed are, it is confusing, because you're not understanding why, if you were taught secrecy, you're not understanding how could this betrayal happen? Because everyone was on a journey of a test. The person who gave you the order and the agenda, that was their test. They sacrificed you. So that you could be able to move forward. Correction, they sacrificed themselves so that you could be able to move forward. Whatever toxicity you're clinging on to, it's slowly, it's reaching the surface, where it's like things from your past. It's like the skeleton bones are, you know how they tie body bags with heavy objects in the middle of the Pacific. They don't throw them out there. It just feels like there's body bags. The chains were broken. The rust finally ate all of the chains, and the bodies have risen. It's just a body of bones at the surface. And now they're trying to figure out who these bodies are. And it feels like your past is resurfacing, Taurus. And you don't want to take accountability because you were told to do whatever this is in your past. You were told that it was normal. What is the angel guide message for Taurus? Oh, hold on. Raise your vibration, Taurus. This is your test. Whatever that you're trying to manifest that's different from the past, you have to raise your vibration. Confusion is not of God. You have to let go. There it is. Whoever passed away that you were seeking nurturing, the universe is nurturing in some type of way, but you have to take a step back to be able to recognize that that what is happening is not to happen against you, but for you. Joy and contentment. Whoever it is that you're trying to have reconciliation with, you have to let them go. You have to let them go. And when the time is right, it will be right. Your darkness is too dark, Taurus. And I know that's something you're like, SGL, you tripping. No, I'm not tripping. Your darkness is too dark. That it's so dark that you can't even see it anymore because you're possessed by your own darkness. Whatever. I'm not here to argue with you. But anywho, harmony and resolution. That's why let this person go. It will work out on its own. Opportunity and change. There is your darkness that just only dark people see dark people as good things, and only light people see dark things and can create a duality. Anywho, intention and downloads you're receiving, and you're receiving information and downloads, but you have to take a step back to be able to understand the information that is coming towards you. It feels like you had a relationship with your shadow self that was so dark that you got lost in it, that you are trying to break out of this possession of your shadow self. And there is someone whom has a duality of light and dark who is trying to give you encouragement. Okay, let's read this harmony and resolution. Let's clean this mess up. This is a healing space. Anywho, harmony and resolution for Taurus. And your message is, Taurus, excuse me. Angel guidance is encouraging you to stand down from any conflict that are going on in your life right now. Take a step back to collect your thoughts and breathe. Angels cannot help you unless you create space for them to intervene. And they are with you now and willing to restore peace. They want you to know that they are aware of your challenges and that the concerns you have, but unless you have faith that the harmony can be restored, nothing can change, Taurus. This is a time for you to visualize yourself, the situation, and everyone involved enveloped in a golden light of goodness and grace. It's important to know that angels of peace are encouraging you to let them bring peace to the situation. Trust the process. All right, my Taurus, that was your what are you clinging on to messages. I'm not the barrier of bad news, but those were your messages. I love you. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Until we meet again.